Welcome to Newsroom series as we focus on the northwest region of the country today. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for joining us. But first, our main news headlines. In a major wave or in a major move to tackle the growing number of out-of-school children, the Jigawa state government has enrolled over 500 Almajirai into Sangaya School to receive Western and Quranic education. The initiative is part of Governor Umar Dambadi's broader education reform agenda targeting marginalized communities. The Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibrin, has lauded the governor's commitment to transparency and good governance. Our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu reports.
These children, formerly known as Almajirai, hail from 5 local government areas across Jigawa State in northwestern Nigeria. Now enrolled in a government-funded Sangaya school, they will receive a blend of Western and Islamic education, a first for many of them.
I'm not trying to enroll. Already we have enrolled about 500 students now, and we did that through the Almajirai prison system that we established in Jigawa State, and this school comprises of at least 5 local government areas.
Governor Umar Namadi officially commissioned the school along with other development projects in Sulakankarkar local government area. Addressing community stakeholders, the governor highlighted the state's ongoing investments in education and called for public participation through feedback and community monitoring.
We will continue to work for them. We will continue to ensure that we have provided definite democracy to each and corner of Jigawa State. Today, we are here submitting ourselves to you so that you can assess us and tell us what is your assessment of what we are doing. And because if the president did not give us enough resources, we cannot be able to render this service to you. So the president is asking me to tell you that you continue to support both the state and the local government, and also in his own effort.
In his remarks, the deputy president of the Senate praised Governor Namadi for prioritizing education and running an open, accountable government.
Excellency, with your actions, if you continue like this and other states take a cue from you, ICPC will close its office, EFCC will close its office, because there won't be any case. This is unprecedented. This document before us shows everything that has been done in Jigawa State. In particular, we are in the government showing what has been done in Sulakankarkar in monetary terms.
Elsewhere in Kano, Senator Barau inspected infrastructural projects at the Amini Kano Teaching Hospital, a strategic effort to reduce medical tourism and boost the local health sector.
One of his cadre programs is to ensure that we improve our healthcare delivery system in this country, particularly our specialized hospitals, so that we will not continue to embark on medical tourism. We have all it takes to deliver the best medical care to our people. We have the human resources, the financial, everything. What we need to do is to harness these resources so that we can produce the platforms to ensure that we deliver the best in terms of medical health care to our people.
With over 500 Almajirai now in school, Jigawa State is setting a new standard for inclusive education and social transformation in northern Nigeria. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
In Kano State, stakeholders have called for increased investment in girl-child education to address existing gaps and improve enrollment, retention and completion rates. The call was made during a girl-child education summit held at Bayero University. Our correspondent Abubakar Salih reports that participants at that summit made a strong case for gender-sensitive budgeting and safe spaces that encourage girls to stay in school.
At the Girl Child Education Summit, organized to advance advocacy for gender-inclusive education policies, key stakeholders from government, development partners, and social society made strong cases for sustained investment in girls' education.
This summit comes At a crucial time, it provides us with a platform for reflection, dialogue, and action, bringing together policymakers, educators, civil society, development partners, and committees to build on the progress we have made and to confront the barriers that still keep too many girls out of school.
The home, the nation is rising. People are getting educated. Mothers, these girls we are educating are becoming mothers, educated mothers. And we know what educated mothers do to the home. So the aggregate is developing ourselves, developing our home, and developing our country.
The Executive Director of Bridge Connect Africa, Sani Muhammad, described the policy framework presented at the summit as a tool to promote equity, accountability, and transparency in education financing.
Our mission in Nigeria is to ensure that every girl, including those who are married, pregnant, or displaced, can complete her education and reach her full potential. Together with government, civil society, and community partners, we are working to make that vision a reality.
Fatima Musa, who is also the Chief Operating Officer of Bridge Connect Africa Initiative, highlighted the need for policymakers to implement gender-sensitive budgeting and create safe spaces that encourage girls to stay in school.
The Kano Girls Education Summit comes at a defining moment for education reform in Kano State, representing a convergence of voices, vision, and commitments aimed at advancing lasting change. Through our partnership with the Kano State government and the invaluable support of the Malala Fund, this summit seeks to elevate the conversation from access to accountability and from policy to real transformation.
The summit ended with a renewed commitment to collaboration between government, communities, and development partners to achieve education for all. Abubakar Salihu, Channels Television News.
The chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, Kano State Branch, Dr. Abdulrahman Ali, has decried the worsening healthcare situation in Kano and in the country, noting the urgent need for the recruitment of more doctors. He says the state is currently faced with a critical shortage of medical personnel, with just one doctor attending to about 12,000 patients in hospitals and health facilities across the state. Dr. Ali made this known during a media chat with journalists to mark the 2025 Physicians Week, where he called on governments at all levels to prioritize efficiency from policy to patient in the healthcare value chain.
Our doctor-patient ratio is not something to take home about. As at our last count, we have about 1,800 doctors in Kano, including some that are solely working for the private sector. Yes, and our doctor-patient ratio is around 1 to 12,000. 1 doctor to 12,000 patients. Imagine. Yes. So how are we addressing this issue? The issue of human resource for health is not something that actually belongs to associations or doctors alone. It's actually one of the biggest components of the healthcare value chain, like I mentioned it. One thing we do is we advocate to the state government that they need to employ more doctors. And that advocacy is not just by mouth. We go with facts. We go with figures and facts that they really need to invest more in the human resource for health. If we say human resource for health, doesn't only mean doctors. It means other skills, manpower.
The Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Saad Abubakar, has called on the government to regulate social media due to the widespread dissemination of fake news originating from online platforms. Speaking at the Northern Traditional Rulers Council Central Assembly held in Benin, Kebbi on Tuesday, the Sultan expressed concern over the rapid spread of misinformation on social media and how it is readily believed by many Nigerians. He warns that this trend poses a serious threat to national peace and stability. Sultan also said it's now time for the government to regulate social media in the country. The spread of fake news is dangerous and must be addressed. In his words, the Zamfara state government, in collaboration with the Zamfara Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi and Arid Landscapes (ACRISAN) project, has organized a one-day high-level workshop on the preparation of a policy on integrated landscape management. The workshop, held in Gusau, brought together top government officials, civil society organizations, environmental specialists, and other key stakeholders to deliberate on the development of a comprehensive landscape policy for the state.
This is a high-level workshop put together by the Zamfara state government in collaboration with the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes project ACRISAN in preparation for the development of a comprehensive policy on integrated landscape management. The objective is to create awareness among civil society organizations, environmental specialists, and other key stakeholders on the importance of adopting an integrated approach to managing land, water, and natural resources in the face of climate change and environmental degradation. Top officials in the Zamfara Ministry of Environment stressed the state government's commitment to implementing the ILM policy to enhance environmental resilience, boost agricultural productivity, and protect vulnerable communities.
Our objectives is to build consensus among stakeholders on key issues and challenges affecting landscape management in the state. Also to strengthen partnership and collaboration among stakeholders, including government agencies, civil society organizations, private sectors, and community groups.
The policy is seen as crucial in ensuring sustainable use of the state's natural resources and tackling issues such as deforestation, desertification, and erosion.
We have a lot of laws with regard to forestry, land, environmental policies, and what have you. Most of these policies are somehow obsolete. So this intervention is targeted to at least improve and review these obsolete policies. So at the end of the day, we will have a very good, sustainable landscape management policy for Zamfara State.
At any point in time, if you are living in environments, not only environment, even at individual level, if you don't have any plan that you use as a guide for your operations, invariably you are likely not to have achievements. So this very policy is going to be the roadmap for the entire coordination of the integrated land management, landscape management for Zamfara State, because we are going to set a timeline for the documents. That timeline will be from 2026 to 2028.
At the end of the meeting, stakeholders resolved to work collectively for a practical policy document that will guide environmental and land use practices in the state for years to come.
Coming up on Newsroom series, the Kaduna state government strikes a partnership with the African Development Agency to empower 400 smallholder farmers. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The Kaduna state government, in collaboration with the African Development Agency, has started a new partnership for Africa's development by empowering 400 smallholder farmers with vital agricultural inputs to boost food production and ensure food security. Speaking at distribution of farm inputs to the beneficiaries, Governor Obasani, represented by his Chief of Staff, Sani Killa, reaffirms his administration's commitment to empowering smallholder farmers and enhancing agricultural productivity across Kaduna State, emphasizing that it remains the backbone of the state's economy and a key driver of growth.
The empowerment program brings together smallholder farmers, government officials, and representatives of Auda NEPAD, all expressing commitment to strengthening the agricultural value chain in Kaduna State. The initiative is part of the Kaduna State government's broader agricultural transformation agenda aimed at reducing poverty, creating jobs, and achieving food sufficiency.
Today's flag-off ceremony signifies the transition from training to action, where our smallholder farmers will receive the input packages required to put their new knowledge into practice. These inputs will support both field crop production, that is maize combined with cowpea and maize combined with soybeans, as well as backyard vegetable farming, coming as tomato and sweet pepper, across 23 local government areas of the state, promoting both food and income security at the grassroots level.
This collaboration with Auda NEPAD is designed to promote climate-smart agriculture and enable women and youth to get access to farm inputs, such as water storage facilities and seedlings for dry season farming.
Beneficiaries from various local governments, Zaria, Sabon Gari, Kaduna North, Kaduna South, and Jama'a, have also been specifically targeted and trained in backyard farming technique, promoting urban food security and sustainable livelihoods even within the city spaces. Today, we are distributing critical agricultural inputs, including inputs for maize, cowpea, soybeans, sweet pepper, and tomatoes.
As part of the deal, the state government has already provided counterpart funding that enabled the program's expansion to all the 23 local government areas of Kaduna State. Nevertheless, the state government promises continuous support to smallholder farmers with modern tools, seeds, and fertilizers.
We are flagging off the distribution of vital agricultural inputs, including seeds, fertilizers, and other essential materials to strengthen productivity, ensure food security, and improve the livelihoods of our rural communities.
With the distribution of these agricultural inputs, the Kaduna State Government and Auda NEPAD hope to strengthen the resilience of smallholder farmers and contribute to national food security.
From Kaduna State to Katsina State, where the government, in collaboration with the state chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria Youth Wing, YOWICAN, has begun phase 2 of its 600 Youth Empowerment Program. The program, held at the Katsina State Secretariat Conference Hall, saw 300 beneficiaries receive SME grants, while others, including students, farmers, widows, orphans, and vulnerable persons, received one-term scholarships, grants, and cash assistance.
This is the second phase of the Youth Empowerment Program put together by the Katsina State Government in collaboration with the state chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria Youth Wing. 600 beneficiaries were selected from various Christian-dominated communities to mitigate social vices and security threats. Organizers seized the moment to encourage the youths to stop relying on government jobs and instead utilize the opportunities provided to become self-employed.
A lot of people are going to learn a lot of things, so if they utilize it, they don't need to be waiting for government salary of 100 or 200,000, which in a week they can make that 100 or 200,000 if they believe in what they are doing.
An idle man is the devil's workshop. And you know what it means when a youth is not engaged. When youths are not engaged, you know what? And some of the social vices and security threats we experience, they boil out of lack of engagement and unemployment.
In a related development, 34 youth-led organizations in Katsina State have been taken through a one-day capacity building training on agenda setting for local government chairmen. The training, funded by Youth Action for Local Development Project, seeks to strengthen youth inclusion in local governance.
A step-down training for the youth across their communities, and also follow up and engage their local government chairmen to implement youth development agenda, so that even if there is a succession at the local level, whoever comes in is going to build on what his predecessor has been doing.
What we are discussing with them is a strategy on identifying their stakeholders, how they can approach them, and how they can be able to carry out a successful campaign in their communities.
This training also provides opportunities for networking, as well as equipping LGA representatives with the necessary skills and knowledge to effectively implement the youth action for local development projects.
The Nigeria Customs Service and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have pledged to strengthen collaboration to tackle the growing menace of illicit trade and illegal financial flows across border routes linking states in northern Nigeria. This initiative forms part of a broader strategy aimed at protecting the nation's economic interests and enhancing overall security. Our correspondent Nanchin Vincent reports.
This workshop is organized by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in partnership with the Kano Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Manufacture and Agriculture and the Kano Office of the Nigeria Customs Service to sensitize the business community in the Commercial Nerve Center of northern Nigeria.
Critical role of law enforcement and Chamber of Commerce in trade facilitation and
renewing the existing interagency collaboration, the federal agencies seek collective support of relevant stakeholders in the export and import industry to fight money laundering through trade.
We had stakeholders, the critical stakeholders, the angler, we had the bonded terminal operators, we had all the relevant key stakeholders together and to sensitize them on the need for compliance and the consequences.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, in collaborating with sister agencies, is increasingly deploying intelligence and technology to track and disrupt these sophisticated schemes. Conversely, we in law enforcement must recognize that our role is also one of facilitation. Our enforcement action must be firm, but also fair, transparent, and ultimately geared towards making it easier for legitimate businesses to thrive.
The president of the Kano Chamber of Commerce, Investment, Manufacture and Agriculture maintained that it will ensure its members comply with regulations and government policies.
The work of the chamber is a promoting and protecting for the entire businesses. So this is a welcome development for us, and we will continue to collaborate with them to make sure that our people will be guided to how they will be tax compliance.
The workshop is to enhance synergy to foster a conducive trade and investment environment and safeguard the economy and prosperity of Nigeria. From Kano Commercial City, Nanchin Vincent, Channels Television News.
Finally, the Managing Director of the Nigerian Film Corporation, Mr. Ali Nuhu, has described poetry as a powerful tool to disseminate messages of unity amongst young people across the country. He stated this during a cross-country poetry challenge organized for school children in Birnin Kebbi, Kebbi State.
The cross-country poetry challenge serves as an avenue to use spoken word to promote unity and good governance. The event begins with performances by school children.
A place where hearts and hope remain. We need voices.
Participating students believe that spoken word performances give them a platform to voice their thoughts and send meaningful messages to the world when necessary.
The content of this my poem is about peace and unity
and also to call our dear youth and the leaders of tomorrow to rise on their feet and speak for our dear Nigeria. And also I want to make a call to all people and children that we should rise and speak for our Nigeria, because Nigeria is waiting for us to speak. With us we can change the nation.
What I want the nation to be like, there are such problems that we need to be fixed. Like us, we need voices to talk, unmuted to the leaders. That's what one stanza of my poem said. We need people talking, but sometimes the problem feels so small, like it's like a needle thrown into the ocean.
Echoing these thoughts, Nigerian movie star and managing director of the Nigerian Film Corporation, Ali Nuhu, reiterates that poetry is not just an art, but a vital medium for fostering unity.
Every poem in local dialects is a national treasure. Let us record them, archive them, and make them accessible to generations yet unborn. Through the Nigerian Film Corporation, we're open to collaborations that will document spoken word performances, turning them into short cultural films that live beyond applause.
In his remarks, the Special Assistant to the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Bashar Aliyu, reminds the gathering that the administration of President Bola Tinubu has created many opportunities for youths in the creative industry.
I urge you to actively engage with every facet of this event. Let this serve as your inspiration and a call to transformation. Use your artistry and voice to address society's pressing issues. Stand firmly for what is just and act with integrity. In all situations, let your path be one of truth, aligned with the people, justice, and humanity.
The cross-country poetry challenge in Kebbi State also featured award presentations to outstanding participants and organizers.
And that's it on Newsroom Series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.